Okay, hi guys. I wanted to try and record this one more time. I recorded before, but I don't think it came out clearly. So here I am. Hello, guys. This is M here with a lock update. So I am 3.5 years into the lock journey. Uh, and I'm loving it, guys. I see, for those of you who have seen my videos from like 2 years ago, even 3 years ago, the excitement that I felt, I still feel that now. I'm so happy with this lock journey, with just the general idea of the lock journey itself, the freedom that I have experienced since starting this, just not being weighed down by my hair. Not literally speaking, of course. But I love it. It's been beautiful that I've been able to not have to worry or spend too much time with my locks, even though, even recently, like having observed some things with my hair, even to correct something that I feel like was going wrong, it still wasn't that big of a deal to maintain or correct or deal with. And I don't know. I just love it. So anyway, let me go ahead before I just keep going on and saying the same thing again and again. Let me show you my locks. So here they are, 3.5 years in. And I'm telling you right now, my hair has never done a good job of like really being able to show growth because my hair is very prone to breakage. I think I have like my hair is gets very very dry unless I'm moisturizing extremely consistently. Like I have to be very very vigilant about it. As in, like, I really, in my opinion, based on what I've observed with my hair lately, I really have to moisturize every day. I have to make sure that every single day I'm spraying and oiling my scalp, oiling my locks. And before I hadn't been doing that. Before it was like, oh, maybe twice a week I'll do it. And yeah, I think that would not be good for me long term because of the breakage that I will experience. I noticed maybe a few months ago that I was like observing an unusual amount of shedding when I was like washing my hair and taking a shower. I noticed an unusual amount of shedding, and I was like, well, I obviously this isn't really um, what I'm doing right now isn't working, and I really did think it was really related to my hair's tendency to just completely get super dry and super unhealthy because of the curly texture, the kinky curly texture of my hair, which is 4C hair very much so. Um, I Oil does not travel well down my hair, down from my scalp down or anything like that. I have to really I actually just I just moisturized my scalp. I just sprayed it with water just maybe like 15 minutes ago. I sprayed it with water just on the scalp, and then I really massaged the oil into my scalp. Because if I don't do that, it's it just won't go anywhere. It won't My hair won't really soak it up, and sometimes I'll have to add a little bit more oil. Like my hair just soaks it all up like a sponge, and I don't even know where all the oil is going. But I do have to be far more consistent than I've been over the last few years. And once I stay on top of that, I'm pretty sure like everything will be just fine. The hair at the top of my head tends to be just fine. Like it's been consistently thick. Even in like here, it's like really thick. Even if I squeeze the little hair, it tends to just, I don't know, be very thick at the top. Which I think is very common. I think for a lot of people, like, your hair can be slightly different depending on the areas. But I did want to show you guys something very freaky. At least to me, it's freaky. Um, there's one lock back here, and I wanted to explain what happened. So in the back of my hair, I've always had like these tiny, you guys know, these little beady beads in the back of my head. And and what will happen is the hair never has been able to grow ever. Like I kid you not, it will always just stay, it will just always rub off, especially when I relax my hair. That hair, those like little beads in the back, they would just stay like that, and they would never do anything, or they would never go beyond like maybe this long. But because of the lock journey, I don't know what it was about it, but it did start to grow a little bit. So I tried to make locks with it, and I made several. But the thing is, over time, I guess they it didn't work for me to make so many individual ones. So I ended up combining two. But when I combined those two locks, they got really thin. And as you can see, this is just one of them. So I had combined them. The other one I cut off because it got so crazy thin. I was like, man, I don't want it. I was like, I'm not going to deal with it. Just like awkwardly like breaking off somewhere. So I just decided to just cut that off, and then it left me with this one. I probably should just cut this piece off, but it's actually holding up. There's no point in keeping it, but it's like really freaky, right? It's very, very weird. So like, yeah, so just keep in mind, it was a two-headed dragon. So like there were two locks coming out of here, and I combined them up to this point. So just so you can see, I like sometimes, so on the back, like sometimes like I'll see like some more random, like thinner locks from where I tried to create locks out of hair that normally didn't really show much growth or constantly was breaking off. But again, this Loc Journey has made me really discover some different things about my hair. And it's just been interesting. For those of you who saw my video, maybe about a year ago or so, I broke one of my locks awkwardly. I actually think it was this one. This one had broke I lost about maybe, I want to say about 2/3 of it ripped out from the root. And what I ended up doing was I ended up repairing it as the hair grew in. I tried to braid it into the lock. And as you can see, it's actually doing really well. But this is where it tore out. So it's really been doing really well. I mean, look at the length of that thing. Look at that. Like, it wasn't hopeless, in other words. My locks have been through a lot in the past year. I mean, I know I've checked in with you guys since then, but just as a kind of a recap, I guess. I got paint on some of it. You can probably see like the white here when I was painting the house, which, yeah, it happens and everything's fine. Like, it's okay. And I guess the point I wanted to share, when I shared this with you guys, like the big point is that things have happened in Loc Journey, but nothing's that big of a deal. Like, it's been fine for me. Like, it's really, like when that lock ripped out, I was really sad. I was so devastated because I'm like, man, like I put a lot of time into this, and for it to rip out, like I was just heartbroken about it. But then I like figured out, okay, how do I work through this? Like, how can I repair this? How can I make this right? Same with my hair starting to like show breakage. Like, how can I make this right? Oh, moisturize, stay on top of that. Getting paint in my hair. Well, I should have had my hair covered when I was painting anyway. So that's the bottom line. But anyway, that gives my locks a little character to have a little white paint in there. Plus, I always liked, who was that character from? I don't like watch X-Men, but I still know that there's that one character that has like the white hair. I think that looks so cool, like that one streak of white. I'm like, yeah. When my hair was relaxed, I used to have like a streak of like copper in my hair, and that was fun. But I'm not doing all that now. Anyway, so sorry guys, this is random. You have no idea how hard it has been when I have been doing lock videos, because I'm a very random person. When I've been doing lock videos and I just was like, I got to record this all in one take. It has been very hard to not become or be very, very random. Like, I have to fight that. All right. And some of you guys are like, what the heck is she doing right now? This is me all the time. So you guys are lucky. You only have to see this for like 10 minutes, like once every few months or something like that. Can you imagine the people in my life? Like, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, so sorry. Anyway, back to the thing. I did want to talk about briefly, if I haven't already, I wanted to talk about how I deal with like shampooing my hair. I don't really worry too much about the shampooing itself, like the actual what shampoo I use. Sometimes I'll use Dr. Bronner's Lavender Castile Soap. Sometimes I'll use what's the other one? I like the Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle. I found something in like Walmart or Target or something like that where it was like a nice, like simple, like more I think sulfate free shampoo. But honestly, I don't really worry about all that. Like, there's gonna be buildup anyway, so I just don't care anymore. But anyway, so I'll shampoo it with many different things. But something I do use after I shampoo as a follow-up is this. This is the Dr. Bronner's Citrix Organic Hair Rinse. And I use that to make sure that, you know, after that drying effect that shampoo can have, because I'm very aware of my hair's tendency to be dry. I decided to use that as a way to kind of balance that out a little bit better. And I feel like it has had positive results. Like, I really do feel like it's had positive results. Um, but yeah, I think so. I've been using it lately, and I'm very pleased with it. I am. I like it. Simple to use. I just put like a couple capfuls in a cup of water, and just run it through my hair after I've washed or shampooed it, and then I'm good to go after I rinse it out. And then usually after that, after I've rinsed it out, I will dry my hair with a towel, just a regular dark towel, bath towel that I have, and then I will coat it in oil, typically castor oil, just because I have a large amount of it, so I just will use that, and then I'll cover my hair in a shower cap sometimes after it's shampooed, but sometimes I don't. It doesn't really matter to me. I'll do whatever. But yeah, that's kind of like the big things as far as like some things that I've observed, things that I've been doing lately. Yeah, that I like that rinse. I have a lot of people who have different reviews, and it's gonna work different for everybody if people use it. So I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of people that are like, this stuff sucks, but for me, it's been great. Okay, and that's kind of it. So for those of you who are watching, which is everybody, hi guys, anybody watching this, obviously, feel free to leave any comments below, any questions that you might have. You guys know I love to hear from you. I love to answer your questions. I really do want to know how you guys are doing in your journey, because I know a lot of you guys have talked to me. Some of you guys like regular lock journeys, some of you guys natural hair journeys. I'd love to know. I really would love to know how things are going. So feel free to leave that below. If you have any video requests, feel free to leave that below. And I am more than happy to indulge. I had made an ACV rinse video that didn't turn out very well, but somebody out there, you had requested it. If you want me to just post that one, I can do that. But if you want me to just wait until I do my next ACV rinse and record that, I could do that. So I'll leave that up to you. If you want me to post it, I'll just go ahead, put the video together and post it. I have no problem either way. I will leave that to the person that requested the video. But in the meantime, I really do hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, in the meantime, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.